Most people think flowers symbolize life, love, and new beginnings. But when you work the graveyard shift for a florist in Savannah, Georgia, you learn the truth very quickly. Flowers are a currency. They are a bribe. They are the only thing keeping the hungry things in the dark from following you home. I drive a refrigerated van for a shop called The Last Petal. We specialize in high-end, rushed funeral arrangements. And in a city like Savannah, built literally on top of its dead, business is always booming. But there are rules to this job. Rules written in red ink on the back of the employee handbook. Rule number 1. Never read the card attached to a midnight delivery. Rule number 2. If you see a mourner in a cemetery after 2 a.m., do not offer them condolences. And rule number 3. If the smell of the lilies suddenly changes to the smell of sulfur, get back in the van, lock the doors, and drive until you hit the interstate. I followed the rules for 3 years. But last night, deep in the winding paths of Bonaventure Cemetery, I made a mistake. I read the card, and now, I know who the flowers are really for. My name is Elias, and the air conditioning in my delivery van is broken. That's a problem when you live in the South. The humidity here isn't just weather, it's a physical weight. It sits on your chest and wraps around your throat. It's 3 a.m. on a Tuesday, and I'm sweating through my uniform, driving down Victory Drive under a canopy of live oaks. The Spanish moss hangs down like tattered gray rags, brushing against the top of my van as I pass. The back of the van is filled with the smell of death. It's a specific scent, a mixture of cold, refrigerated air, overly sweet lilies, carnations, and that wet, green smell of cut stems. It's suffocating. Tonight, the van is packed. I have 4 deliveries. 3 of them are standard drop-offs at funeral homes for morning services. But the 4th one is different. The 4th order came in at 1:45 a.m. It was a rush order. Immediate delivery, the ticket said. The destination isn't a funeral home. It's a plot number. Bonaventure Cemetery. Section H. The arrangement is strange, too. No lilies. No roses. Just 3 dozen black dahlias and heavy ferns. I hate Bonaventure at night. During the day, it's a tourist trap. People walk around taking photos of the statues, talking about midnight in the garden of good and evil. But at night, the tourists are gone, and the place takes on a different energy. The statues don't look like stone anymore. In the headlights, their faces look soft, pliable, like they're holding their breath. I pull up to the main gates. They're locked, obviously, but I have a key. The Last Petal has a contract with the city. We have keys to all the major cemeteries: Colonial Park, Laurel Grove, Bonaventure. I kill the engine and step out into the heat. The silence hits me instantly. It's not a peaceful silence. It's a heavy, listening silence. The crickets aren't chirping. The cicadas are dead quiet. I unlock the gate. The chain rattles loud enough to wake the dead, and I wince. I push the iron gates open, get back in the van, and drive through. I lock it behind me. That's another unwritten rule. Never leave the gate open behind you. You don't want anything getting out. The gravel crunches under my tires as I roll slowly down the main avenue. My headlights cut through the fog that's starting to roll off the Wilmington River. The GPS on my phone is glitching, spinning in circles. It always does that in here. I have to navigate by memory and by the faded stone markers. Section H is the old section. The really old section. The graves there date back to the 1800s. Yellow fever victims. Civil War soldiers. People who died angry. I take a left turn past the famous Gracie statue. I try not to look at her. There's a local legend that if you look at her statue after midnight, she'll blink. I don't want to know if it's true. I keep my eyes on the road. The trees are thicker back here. The roots have buckled the asphalt, making the van bounce and sway. The flowers in the back rustle, sounding like whispers. I finally stop the van near a large family plot. It's an iron-fenced enclosure with a large mausoleum in the center. The name on the mausoleum is worn away by time and moss. This is it. The delivery instructions are simple. Place the arrangement at the door of the crypt. Do not knock. I grab the heavy vase of black dahlias. The ceramic is cold against my sweating palms. I slide the side door open and step out. The air smells different here. It smells like the marsh, salt, and mud, but underneath that, there's something sweet, sickeningly sweet, like rotting fruit. I walk toward the iron fence. The gate to the family plot is slightly ajar. That's not right. These gates are heavy iron. The wind doesn't just blow them open. I step inside the plot. The grass is high, brushing against my shins. I walk up the stone steps to the mausoleum door. It's a massive slab of marble. I set the flowers down on the step. This is the moment I should turn around. I should walk back to the van, get in, and drive away. That's the job. But I see the card tucked into the ferns. It's a thick, cream-colored envelope. The handwriting is elegant, old-fashioned cursive. I know the rule. Never read the card. But the atmosphere is getting to me. I feel like I'm being watched. I feel like if I don't know what's happening, I'm in danger. Just a peek, I tell myself. Just to see who is sending black flowers to a grave at 3 a.m. I reach down and pull the card from the envelope. My hands are shaking. I open it. There are only 3 words written in red ink. She is awake. My blood runs cold. I freeze, staring at the card. She is awake. And then I hear it. From inside the mausoleum. It's the sound of stone grinding on stone. A slow, heavy scraping noise. I look at the marble door. It's moving. It's sliding inward, just an inch. A breath of air escapes from the crack. It's ice cold. It hits my face, and it smells ancient. It smells like dust and dried blood. I drop the card. I take a step back. Hello. I whisper. I don't know why. It's a stupid thing to say. The scraping stops. Then, a voice comes from the darkness inside the crypt. It doesn't sound human. It sounds like dry leaves skittering across pavement. Did you bring them? I can't breathe. My chest is tight. The flowers? I stammer. The tribute, the voice hisses. Did you bring the tribute? Yes, I say. They're on the step. Closer, the voice says. Bring them inside. Every instinct in my body is screaming at me to run. My legs feel like lead. But there's a pull. A hypnotic tug coming from that dark crack in the door. I find myself taking a step forward. No, I can't do this. I can't come in. I say, my voice trembling. I have to go. I have other deliveries. A laugh echoes from the tomb. It's a wet, gurgling sound. There are no other deliveries tonight, Elias. It knows my name. How do you know my name? I ask, tears stinging my eyes. We know all the drivers, the voice says. We know where you live. We know you sleep with the window open because the AC in your apartment is broken, just like your van. Bring the flowers inside, Elias, or we will come to collect them ourselves. I look at the black dahlias. They seem to be wilting before my eyes. The petals are curling up, turning to ash. I make a decision. I'm not dying in a cemetery in Savannah. Not tonight. I turn and run. I don't look back. I sprint through the high grass, tripping over a hidden root. I scramble to my feet, my palms scraping against the gravel. Behind me, the stone grinding sound gets louder. Faster. Scrape. The door is opening fully. I hit the side of the van and fumble for the handle. I rip the door open and dive into the driver's seat. I slam the door and lock it. I jam the key into the ignition. The engine sputters. Come on. I scream, hitting the steering wheel. Come on. I look out the windshield. In the headlights, standing at the open gate of the family plot, is a figure. It's wearing a long, tattered black dress that looks like it's made of cobwebs. It's tall, too tall. Its arms hang down past its knees. And it has no face. Just a smooth surface of pale bone where a face should be. It raises a hand and points at the van. The engine roars to life. I don't wait. I slam it into reverse, kicking up a spray of gravel. I spin the wheel, the tires screeching. I floor it down the narrow lane. I'm driving too fast for these roads. Branches are whipping against the windshield, sounding like fingers tapping on the glass. I check the rearview mirror. The figure is behind the van. It's not running. It's floating just above the ground, gliding effortlessly. And it's keeping up. I'm doing 40 miles an hour through a graveyard, and this thing is right on my bumper. I drift around a corner, the back end of the van sliding out. I almost hit a monument. I correct the wheel and see the main gates ahead. Please let them be open. Please let me have left them unlocked. I see the chain hanging loose. I didn't lock it back. Thank God for my own stupidity. I shoot through the gates, the side mirror clipping the iron post and shattering. I turn right onto the main road, the tires squealing on the asphalt. I don't stop. I don't slow down until I see the lights of a 24-hour gas station 5 miles away. I pull into the station under the bright, buzzing fluorescent lights. I'm shaking so hard I can't unbuckle my seatbelt. I just sit there, gasping for air, staring at my hands. My fingers are stained. I look closely. My fingertips are stained red. Not blood. Ink. Red ink. I look at the passenger seat. The card is there. I dropped it. I know I dropped it on the steps of the mausoleum. I saw it fall. But there it is, sitting on the passenger seat. I pick it up slowly. The message has changed. The words, "She is awake," are gone. Now, in that same elegant, cursive script, it reads, "Rule number 4, never reject a customer. We will be seeing you soon." I drove back to the shop. I left the van in the lot with the keys and the ignition. I walked home. I packed a bag. I'm recording this from a motel room 3 towns over. I've been driving for hours, but I can still smell it. No matter how much I scrub my skin, I can't get the smell off me. It's the smell of stagnant water and old lilies. And about 10 minutes ago, I heard a sound outside my motel window. It sounded like a van pulling into the parking lot. A van with a rattle in the suspension. And now, there's a knock at the door. "Delivery," a voice calls out. It's a soft voice. A voice like dry leaves. "Delivery for Elias." I'm not going to open the door, but I can see the shadow under the door frame. It's standing there, and I can see something being slid under the door. It's a flower petal. A black dahlia petal. So, if you're ever in Savannah, and you see a florist van driving at night with its lights off, don't wave. Don't try to flag them down. And for the love of God, if someone sends you flowers after midnight, don't read the card. Just run.